Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Mendoza. I recently, actually yesterday, moved from 28 to X1, and so I thought I would create a document for you so that you can see where the new menus are in X1. So I've created this PDF that you can download. So at the bottom of my video, you're gonna see this string of command, right? If you click on that thing, it's gonna open up a hyperlink, and it'll go straight to my Dropbox. If you see this dialog box come up, all you have to do is just close off of it. You don't have to sign in or you don't have to sign up. You can just click on download, and uh, so when you click on download, you'll have this drop box, right? If you click on direct download, you'll see it come up here. Once you have this open file, then you know you can upload it, or excuse me, download it. So if you click on open file, you're going to get this. It'll open up the file. Then all you have to do is go to, save as. Then you would save it to wherever you want in your hard drive. Keep it that way. It's it's a real good reference document. So on the left hand side, I'll show you what the old Xactimate uh, pull downs and your menus look like. On the right hand side, I show you where how to get to the same pull down menus. Now with this document, let's say that you wanted to uh, do a data transfer, or let's say you wanted to print. All you have to do is hit Control P. Oops, there, my keys hit the wrong key. Excuse me. Actually, I know why I did that, because I was on the internet. Okay, so this is the document. So if I hit Control P, here, let me close this. I think I keep on opening up the internet. So when you would download this, uh, that's still the internet. So give me a second here. Let me open up the. So you would have downloaded this guy right here. So if you hit Control F for find, and let's say you wanted to look for print, you type print, you'll see it highlighted, right? And if it's not on this page, it'll go to the next page. So I know there's info in somewhere in this document, so I'm just going to type info. It'll go to the first one, right? You see right here, it highlight this, and this. This one will be current. This is the selection that I selected. Now, if I keep on hitting enter, it's going to go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, next one, next one. And if it goes to and if it's in the next page, it'll go to the next page, and so forth. So, um, so you don't have to go through this whole document to look for something. So let's say that you wanted to go to the control center. You want to see the difference between those. You just type CON. Oh, actually, let me see. Yeah, there should be a control center here. Here, I know there's contact here. So one second here, contact. So it'll go right to where where I type control contact manager. So this is how you can get around this document. Okay. Uh, so now let me show you what this document will do for you. This is what the old Xactimate used to look like. You know, you have your control center, then you'd have your preferences, and then um, you could click on preferences and it would go to your preferences. Okay, but on the new one, to get to your preferences, similar, you would go to local, click on preferences. Okay, now let's say on the new one, to go to your print dialog. So before, Xactimate used to have a little icon on the right hand side. Okay, so and it was a print icon. On the new one, what you have to do is you have to go to local, then you have to select this print button, right? And then your print dialog box would go up. Now, let me show you what it looks like in X1. You see how right now I don't have the print box here, right? Or that whole strip. You have to select a claim in order to get this different pull downs. Okay, so this is for previewing a project while you have it selected. Okay, and then you can deselect it and it doesn't show it anymore. Let's say that you wanted to duplicate this claim. All you'd have to click here and it would duplicate it, or you would print, send it up to the cloud. Let's say you wanted to do a request data. If you wanted to edit this thing, like you wanted to rename it or change something in it, you can add it here, right? You can also export it. You can go to a previous version. So let's say that let's say what this is good for is, let's say you have a crash and you haven't saved for about an hour. Usually Xactimate is scheduled to save every like 5 minutes. The most you would probably lose is 5 minutes. Then you would click here, right? I haven't opened this one up in a while, but you would see a bunch of them for that day because it would be saving a lot, right? So you would click on this and then you would restore it, and you would probably just lose like 5 minutes. So that's a real cool uh, feature they have. Or let's say you wanted to delete the item, this is where you would go. Okay, so now showed you how to go to the print. Okay, so you got your contact manager. To get to your contact manager, before you used to be able to go to the control center and go, straight to your contact manager, right? Well, on the new one, what you have to do is you have to go to preference, projects, and then you'll see the your contacts. So you go to preference, projects, and it's right here. This is your where it says personnel. This is where you contact uh, all your contact information. Whatever you stored in your computer. Okay, so let's go back to the Word document. Well, yours will be a PDF. Okay. To do data transfer, you could go straight from your control center, and on the right hand side, you had a data transfer. Well, on the new one, you have to go to Tools and go to Data Transfer. Let me show you. So, you go to Local, you go to Tools, and if you go up, this is where your data transfer is now. Okay. So now let's go to the next. Okay, so before, on the old one, you had the recycle bin. and I just discussed that icon that was, it's called restore previous version. That is what your recycle bin for those of y'all that use that. It's real nice, especially if you ever have a crash. Fortunately, I didn't crash that much with 28, so but I did use it a couple of times because I do run like 5 or 6 programs, and when you're doing that and you're working on a big large claim, um, you know you can crash, but fortunately you might only lose 5 minutes because of this recycle bin. So it's a real nice thing to use. So this box here on the right, I was explaining that you have to hover to get to, you see right now there's no dialog box here, right? No boxes. If I select any of my projects, all of a sudden I get this box here. So, I can preview, duplicate, print, and so on. So what I did for y'all, if you want, you could always just print this thing. That way you can memorize those icons. So you don't have to hover around them. So this one right here would be duplicate. This one would be send to cloud, and so forth, so forth. Okay, so I did that for y'all. Now, uh, your help was in your actually you could find help in a lot of areas in the 28. So to get to your help on the X1, all you have to do is be on your local and then click on help. Then you have all these other options you have for help. So if you wanted to create a new document, before you would go to projects and you would hit that that plus right here on the right hand corner, right here. Now with the new one, you'd have to go to local. So let's you go to local, and all you have to do is click right here for your new projects, and I have that showing you right there. Okay, so um, your coverage loss is basically the same. If you notice, this is the old Xactimate, this is the new one. See, this is pretty much the same, and those uh, most of your menus up here are the same as down here. So and down here you had a save option, right? Here you can click save and exit, or all you have to do is hit Control S and it will save. Anytime you're doing something, if you're going to go drink a coffee or you talk on the phone, before you get up, just hit your Control S. It's going to save the project for you. Okay, so that's um, but on the new one, some people don't like commands. So, let's say you're on a project, you do some changes. Okay, all you have to do is go right here, click on save. Okay, so that's how you save. And again, to go to your coverages, you would have a claim open. You would click on claim info and click on claim info. To get to your coverage losses, you would just click on coverage loss. And I have a pull down for the before and after. And same thing with your parameters. They all look the same now. It's just a little bit different. You see this blue box down here? If you don't want to see it and you want more canvas, you see this little arrow? All you have to do is click there. That way it gives you more canvas. To get it back, you'll see the arrow again. And but now it will always show you this icon. So you know, you can memorize what's inside here, or, what I do, let's say I want to go to estimate. I just hit Control E for estimate, right? Go to my estimate. Control I for my images, which is your uh, photos. Let's say I want to go to my sketch. Control K. You know, it's a lot easier than using those pull downs. Fortunately, I only lost a few of my pull commands when it first came out. They didn't have a lot of the commands, and that's why one of the biggest reasons I would not change to X1, and because it's slow and it does crash. I've helped a lot of people with X1, and they paid me because I charge people by the hour, and when they're paying me and they're crashing, well, we got to start all over. It's not on me. It's on the program itself. Um, so claim info. Now, to get to your loss recap, before you would go to claim info. While you're on your project, you would go claim info. You would go to loss recap. Now you go to claim info, documents, and then you have to go to report management. Okay, and then you'll see it down there. And that's the beauty about the little document that I have for you. All you have to do is type report management, and it's going to come right straight to here. Okay, so let me show you where to find this. You go to claim info, you go to documents, report management. That's where your report management is. Like your activity reports and all that stuff, right? It's the dialog boxes. It's still the same. It's how to get to it. That's the only bad problem. But I don't know. I installed this yesterday. I think I already know where everything's at. I might stumble a little bit, but overall, I know almost where everything's at. And like I said, I only did this one time. The rest of the time, I had to create this document for y'all. So that's the only reason I've been on this for a while. It's creating these documents are not easy. You have to think about how you're going to present this for people that's never used this program. Okay, so there's your report management. Here's your custom forms. To get to your custom forms, you're going to go to documents, forms. So let's go to info, document, forms. And there's your forms. So let me see. Let's go down. Okay, to go to sketch, let's say you want to go to your tools, you would go to sketch. On the old one, you would go sketch and tools, right? And then in your tools, you'd have all your tools and your uh, uh, aerial sketch and your your options. Okay, so so let's go to sketch and to your tools. So you go to claim info. So you're going to go to estimate. Okay, you're going to have to go to estimate to go to your sketch, and I show you here. So you have to open up the estimate, and you click on estimate, and then you have to click on sketch. So if you don't select estimate, you're not going to see sketch. Okay, because there's a sub menu of estimate to get to your sketch. Okay, and on this document, I tell you that you have to click on estimate, sketch, and tool all the way to the end. That's what those slashes are. It tells you you're going to have to go to estimate, you're going to have to go to sketch, and so forth. Okay, so there's your sketch, and Under sketch, similar to 28, you have your options. You know, of course, you got your preferences for your options and all this other uh, menus. This is something new, this exact scope. So in its place before, what we had before was aerial sketch. And it might be here, but I don't see aerial sketch on the new one. I might have missed it, but I don't see it. I think in its place they're using escape, no, exact scope. Now you have to be on the Xactimate professional license to use exact scope. So yeah, right now I can't use it because I'm not using that professional. Here's your annotations, just like your other one. Okay, so none of this has really changed. But before you used to have estimate down here. Remember? So if uh, you see right here, estimate items. This now, and also look where your complete is. Complete is not there no more. Well, it's on the left hand side, but you go to estimate items on the left hand side. Uh, then you get your items, your components, supporting events, labor minimums, labor summaries. Okay, before to get to your photos, um, before photos used to be um, right up here. You can't see it because there's some wording going on right here, but right in here, this is where you would go to your photos. Excuse me, photos. Okay, and for me, the easiest way. That's just way too many pull downs. I just when I'm on Xactimate, I'm just gonna hit to go. Well, let's say we're in estimating. Oops, Control E. Uh, and I want to go to my photos. All I do is hit Control I for image. Even though they're photos, that's how I remembered that Control I, because they're images. Okay. So otherwise, you'd have to click here, go to photos, and then when you want to go back to estimate, you're gonna have to click here, and then you have to click here, or your estimate items. It's a lot easier just to hit one command. Okay, so there's your tools. Uh, we talked about the sketch options, and right here I'll tell you you have to go to estimate, sketch options. Um, then right here you have your annotations. That's simple. This is similar to uh, 28, so there's not really not much there. Now, so when you want to go to your estimate items, now from here on out, I didn't do a before and after because this is the rest of it's real easy. So when you go to your estimate items, like I said, you have your items, components, supporting events, get your photos. Now, but I do show you how to get to your components, to your items, supporting events, labor minimums. So, you can do a search for labor minimums, and it shows you how to get to it. Um, let me see what else we got here. Same thing here. Let's do it this way. Okay, your document reports. To get to your document reports, you're going to go to document and reports. That's pretty self, documents, reports. That's the same thing as just hitting Control P. Okay, so uh, then we already talked about the report management. You know, remember we talked about the recap, but uh, and then you got your forms. We talked about that earlier, and then you got your tools. Uh, then one thing I didn't tell you, this is where you can hit save and exit. But we did talk a little bit about it. All you have to do is hit Control S, and then you can uh, click here, or you can hit save and exit. Either way, it'll work. I think that's about it. I do have some more. Oh, no, yeah. So copy from project. Copy from project was in a different location. Uh, so to copy from project, what you want to do is go to tools, copy from project. So you go tools, right? Copy from project. Then you select, where you want to copy from. And, you would name the project. And it just, from there on, it's almost like 28. So uh, I think that's it. Remember, guys, you got this PDF. I would save it where you can open it up real quick, because sometimes it is hard to find this stuff. Remember, all you have to do is hit Control F. Now, if you don't remember the controls, and well, mine is it's uh, uh, Acrobat DC, so mine's a little advanced. I pay a lot more than most people do for Acrobat. You should have a little thing that looks like this if you get the old Acrobat. Uh, I mean, not the old one, but the free one. Let me see if I have the free one here. That way, but if not, look, this is your search engine. No, no. Your search engine would be. See, that's one bad problem about me. I know commands, but I don't know where to find it. Let me see if I hit Control F, if it shows me Control F. No, it somewhere that, oh, yeah, there it is right there. There's your find tool right there. Um, but let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I have the yeah, no, the only one I got is Acrobat DC, so I don't have Acrobat, which is the free version. I don't yeah. Let me see if I got the reader. Let me see. No, I don't have the reader. So remember, all you have to do is hit Control F. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please hit like. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to me. I got a lot of cool stuff that, you know, people, I get a lot of emails, people thanking me for the videos that I provide. Like I said, if you like this video, please subscribe to me. Have a good day.